Hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu Merfolk Master, and I am here to, again, play again with my Simic Merfolk deck, playing with Smuggler's Copter. This is the deck that I've gone 5-0 with. We got Draconar, also got a 5-0. People are doing well with Merfolk right now, and Smuggler's Copter appears to be one of the better cards. And I think it helps this deck a lot, because if you get Blood Moon, you at least have something to do with your mana. If you want to see how Merfolk being played with as a Simic Merfolk deck, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're streamers right now. Oh yeah, we're streaming. We got the floodlights. You see the floodlights, the beautiful floodlights. If you want to check the show out live, come join us. Be part of the action. Say hi to YouTube, everybody. Come out, join us at the. You can join us by checking out my schedule in the description below. Before we get into our deck tech, we're going to thank our sponsors, starting with themanabase.com, the article site written that creates podcasts on Commander, MTG Arena content for Standard, Modern, and more. The Mana Base is your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. You can support the channel by subscribing to them with my link in the description below, or you can save 20% off your first 3 months with my coupon code Nikachu. We're going to thank Mana Traders for being our sponsor. So, yeah, we're still here with the beautiful Simic deck. So some questions that we've had. How is Smuggler's Copter doing? So community feedback says that Smuggler's Copter is doing very, very well. It gets out a range of Stomp, which is very convenient, which is going to be good against Prowess decks, mono red-green Ponza, but also just deals a steady amount of damage in the air, 3 damage at a time. Very nice and reliable chunks of damage out of Smuggler's Copter. And digs for what you need. More gas, more lands, whatever Smuggler's Copter is there for you. Also, I really like how low the curve is. So again, I said before that one of my goals was to make the curve as low as possible so that we're not punished so badly when we mulligan. Because if your deck is full of 3 drops and 4 drops and you mulligan in an Ether Vial deck and you just draw your Ether Vials instead of your 3rd land, it's really aggravating. So I've gone down on the curve as much as possible. We're basically 1 drops and 2 drops. I think the most expensive card in this deck is a Brazen Borrower, or like Force of Negation if you need to hard cast it. But aside from that, aside from that, the deck is really lean and low to the ground. Dismember, 4 of them. I actually think Dismember is very well positioned right now. Good against Jund to kill as many Plague Engineers or Lurises as you need to. Good against red-green Ponza, good against Eldrazi, because everything requires, like, they always have huge, gigantic creatures. What else is this good against? Good against Prowess. So I think Dismember is better positioned than it has been in a very long time. I'm very happy to be going the full 4 of Dismember in this deck. Feels like it's been a long time since I played 4 Dismember. Like, I haven't played 4 Dismember since the Splinter Twin days. Oh well. Alright. So, sideboard, still unsure about the exact numbers of the sideboard. I don't know if I need Weather the Storm. Like I said before, this could be 1 more Veil of Summer, 2 more Relics, or even 1 more Chalice of the Void. I do know that all these other cards are good, but I just have Weather the Storm in there, basically for Burn and Prowess. I don't know, maybe some other random deck. That's what Weather the Storm is, but maybe Chalice is a better use of that card. Definitely Veil of Summer is great. I really appreciated having this card in my sideboard. So anyway, that is the deck tech. And by the way, by the time that you see this on YouTube, I should have a sideboard guide available for my patrons on Patreon, and also the probably tier 2 on subscribers on Twitch. So look out for that if you want to play this deck. All right, so with that, let's get into our league. We lost the die roll. This is a clunky hand, but if we draw 1 land in the next 2 turns, this hand could be good. So I'm gonna risk it. It's not the most beautiful one. Like on the play, I would mulligan this just because we're just way too slow. We're up again. What the hell? Surge Noodle. There's the battlefield with 6 charge. Oh no! Remove a charge counter from it. Put a charge counter on target artifact. Fuck. We're up against. We might lose against this deck. It's called Dice Factory. So Ether Vial has become useless. Ether Vial is in fact useless. Because what they do is they put counters on my, like, Ether Vial and my I like, and Chalice of the Void sucks too, because if I play Chalice of the Void, that uses, I believe that uses charge counters. This uses it. It's funny how many things use charge counters. Yeah, it's Dice Factory. So let's see how this works out. Usually, if you have Collector Roof, you can stomp this deck, but I don't actually have any. I don't think I have any hard hate against this deck. And my hand is slow. Neverflowing Chalice, that uses charge counters. Force of Negation is also very important in this matchup. That's in our sideboard. That's not good. We will immediately put Commander Speaker in play, because if I let my opponent untap with Surge Noodle, what happens is you activate Ether Vial, and then they put a charge counter on it, and then you can't use it for anything. Well, that is not the draw. We wanted a land in the first two draw steps. We got nothing. I would say we are heavily... If I had Collector Roof in the sideboard, I would feel like we have a chance, but I think we're heavily disadvantaged here. Yeah, it's been a while since I felt the dread of artifacts. Well, they keep using their Surge Noodle, so I can keep putting like creatures in play. But we're like sort of down a turn because we didn't get a land here. Oh, there goes the Ether Vial. Yeah, we have to counter Karn the Great Creator. Karn the Great Creator means Ensnaring Bridge. Ensnaring Bridge means we lose. Yeah, here comes Ensnaring Bridge. Well, we technically can deal with it. Okay, come on, land, so I can just kill the Karn the Great Creator and we deal with Bridge later. We are technically still in it. Land? Oh, we got it. All right, so we're still in it. Merfolk. Because we can kill Karn, activate Vial, put another Lord in play. They get Bridge, whatever. We can deal with it with Brazen Bar. We actually have a chance here. And then our opponent might not have anything else to do with their mana. Because if they have a lot of mana and nothing to do with it, who cares? But they might get like... They might use Expedition Map to find... what's it called? They might use Expedition Map to find, I don't know, Blast Zone if that is in their deck. Okay, let's get as much power on the battlefield as possible. What does this say? Choose a color, add 1 mana. Like, so far everything just adds mana. This is the only threat on the battlefield at the moment. This is a risky move to keep you... Like, normally when I'm up against these decks, they, like, screw around with my Ether Vial immediately. I mean, I guess I have a 2-turn clock no matter what. I can't one-shot our opponent next turn. Oh, if they get Blast Zone, we can still Spreading Seas it. We actually have all the answers in our hand, bizarrely enough. Maybe we can squeeze out a really lucky victory here. Well, whatever. Our opponent still has cards in hand. Let's wait and see before we start singing. Let's not sing too early, people. I don't like to sing. Urza's Power Plant. What do you need so much mana for? For Giant Walking Ballista? They look for a power plant. They played the power plant. I think they were trying to do big things. It's possible. Core Tapper. Put a charge counter on target artifact. Sacrifice it. Put 2 charge counters on target artifact. Okay. This could be the end of Ether Vial. Okay, there's Ensnaring Bridge. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Well, I can attack for victory next turn. If this Ether Vial... if I can put something in play with this Ether Vial. Which I can, actually. So what I can do is I can play the Trickster, target this. If they sacrifice on Ether Vial, I activate and put it in play. And then I just have to hope our opponent doesn't do anything stupid next turn. You have to pay 2 mana, get this back. That's the best thing that they can do. Can I one shot? Can I? Do I have enough? Yeah. 4 times 5 is lethal. I'll have more than that. Okay, so let's hope they're not setting up Ulamog next turn. Yeah. Oh, ain't over until the fat Karn sings. Surprisingly, we have a lot of game here. I just realized something. This is still a blocker, but at least we get this in play. Oh, there are other problems. I may not have Spreading Seas available because of Ghost Quarter. Maybe I should have done this at the end of their turn. I shouldn't have done it on... Oh no, I didn't want to wait though because of the Surge node. I think you should hold Spreading Seas for a potential Blast Zone, I guess. What the hell? Okay, so they're gonna do something big this turn. They're going big or going home. Or maybe they think they're safe right now. They can dirtle around for a little bit. Could be a large walking ballista. I'm hoping they have nothing. Ballista for 1 million. Okay, charge counters on artifacts. Please just don't do anything. Just don't do anything. Chubby Meatball is terrified. Okay. This is probably a problem. Paradox Engine. Now this I don't know what... I can't remember what this does. Whenever you cast a spell, untap all non-land permanents you control. Do you have something you can play for 0? What's the point of that? Untap all non-land permanents you control. Aren't you supposed to play this like second? Is it infinite mana right now? Or they didn't have enough mana for Paradox Engine? What's going on here? I don't know what's going on, but I'm about to untap and win, so I don't care. So what they could have done that I was more concerned about is they minus Karn. I mean, maybe they don't have Ensnaring Bridge in the sideboard, but they probably do. I was afraid if they minus Karn, they get a second Ensnaring Bridge, and I cannot deal with both of them. Were they 1 mana short? They had an Everflowing Chalice, an Urza's Tower, and a Ghost Quarter here. That's 5 mana, right? Add a mana for each charge counter. They have 5 mana to play this. I think they had more than enough mana. Then they just cast an Astral Corpusculia for like 0. But anyway, I don't know the specifics. Let's just bounce this Ensnaring Bridge and win the game. And let me tell you, that feels pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. I don't think we deserve to win that game. Yeah, engine is 5. Okay, so Force Negation is necessary. I can't remember. Relic is not that great. I know Aether Vial did very well, but Aether Vial is actually very bad in this matchup because they can manipulate it so much. I actually have to play without him. I should play without him. This looks useful, but if Karn comes out, then it looks useless. Oh, opponent had infinite mana, but no card draw engine? Was that the problem? Chalice on 0 is not good because it uses charge counters. And they can just add counters to it and in fact make it awkward on us. See, Chalice of the Void enters the battlefield with X charge. I've played against this deck before, and fuck, those things are awkward to play against. It's so awkward. They can put Chalice on 2 and force us to They can put Chalice on too and just force us to have things to beat it. Like they they force us to find like Cavern of Souls in order to cast our creatures. There's so many ways that they can manipulate. Like this requires charge counters. It's so surprising how many things have charge counters after I played against this deck. Well, Dismember can hit that charge counter creature. I don't know what else it can. You might be able to hit Walking Ballista. Well, anyway, I don't have anything to bring in, is the problem. Like, this is a liability. I mean, our Chalice is going to work for them. I don't think Chalice on 0... I think Chalice on 0 maybe on the play is good. Maybe. That's a big maybe. Can this do anything? Or are they purely... I think they're just purely... This might be better. Maybe. No. I really have nothing to bring in. I mean, maybe the best thing to do is bring in Relic over some Dismembers, just so I can cycle it, and it interacts with Buried Ruin. Yeah, Relic at least cycles. I could be wrong. We might need more Dismembers than I think to hit that charge counter creature. I think there's more creatures that they play. Okay, whatever. We'll hedge. 2 Dismembers is not so bad. I'm telling you, people, Chalice is a liability. Chalice is a big liability. I'm going to keep this hand because we have at least something to do on turn 1 and on turn 2. Chalice on 0 is not fine because they will put charge counters on it. You don't get it. This deck puts charge counters on permanents. It won't be on 0 anymore. It will be on 2, and then it'll counter our own spells. See? Look! Surge Node! Surge Node enters the battlefield with 6 charge counters on it. Pay 1, tap it, remove a charge counter from it, and put it on target artifact. They'll put it on our Chalice! Then our Chalice will counter our spells! You gotta understand that! Come on! Like, that's why I'm not bringing it in. I've played against this deck before. It's fucked! They just use their charge counters against us. Our spells don't work anymore. That's why I sided out all the Ether Vials. They're pointless. Okay, let's see. We're gonna play Breeding Pool, yes, and get a beautiful Commander Speaker out. At least it's gonna be a 2/2 thanks to the Breeding Pool. I get your point, but is it a big tempo? No, it is not a big tempo advantage. It is. It will. Okay, if they put Chalice on 2. I lose! I just lose. Now I can't bounce Ensnaring Bridge. Like, I will get tempoed out. I'll get, like, 2 creatures out and the game is over. And also they can play that 1 creature for 1 mana. Just sacrifice it and put 2 counters on the Chalice. And then I'll struggle really hard to win the game. Yeah, it's Dice Factory. Like, if I had a Chalice on 0, they just put a counter on my Chalice, and then play this for 0, and then carry on. Then I can't even play the Kumana Speaker or the Relic, because it would counter it. Yeah, oh, good old Dice Factory. Roll them dice! My brother would like to see this deck. My brother would love this thing. There it is! Core Tapper. It would also screw with my Chalice. Put charge counter on target. Just tap it and put charge counter on target artifact. It's ridiculous. I would like a land. Oh, we got land! Beautiful. I guess we just put the beats on. Yes, but what if you put your own Chalice at 2? Yeah. Next level, them. It's like pointing a gun at yourself from behind you. The ultimate way to concede. Actually, you know what? I take it back. Do you know what probably was the best line? Dismembering this thing and then playing Commander Speaker. Now this ever-flowing Chalice is probably going to get a lot of counters. I don't know, maybe it's not that bad. If they want to use this, they have to tap it. And if I draw another land, then I can play Commander Speaker. I'm not sure. Maybe I should have calculated the clock. And if the clock doesn't change, if I draw a blue source, then I should have considered dismembering this Core Tapper. I mean, this is what we have Dismember for. Okay, Natural Tron. So they have infinite mana, and that doesn't mean that we lose. I mean, there's a lot of situations where the opponent will have, like, infinite mana, but they have no, like, win condition. Let's just hope that's the case. Yeah, they do sack in response. But in the long run, maybe this is still too good. And also, I can't remember, does Walking Ballista use charge counters? No, it just uses +1/+1 counters. It's hard to tell. Until I played against this deck, I didn't realize how many decks specifically used charge counter. Like how many cards use charge counter. Whenever you cast a spell, do whatever. Alright, go for it. So what now? Do they have infinite mana? What's going on here? Well, they have a lot of mana, but alright, let's hope you can't do anything with it. We do have lethal next turn. Dismember the stupid core tapper. Attack for 10. I don't get this deck. They set up infinite mana and then they do nothing. Well, I mean, that's just how some combo decks work. Why not just play regular Tron and actually have threats? Needs just Baby Karn and it's GG. I'm not sure what they would do with it. What does... Oh, GG with the Ballista. Yep, that's true. Have nothing, have nothing, have nothing. It'd be a super lucky win if that's the case. Okay, they have Blast Zone. They live to see another day. It would destroy their Surge node, though. Oh, does this use charge counters? Oh, fuck. But it has to be an artifact. Can these things only put charge counters on artifacts? Target artifact. You are not an artifact. Okay, so they get to live a little bit longer because they can blow up my Kumena speaker. How do we beat this deck? Win your first 2 games of a tournament. Great strategy. Why do they keep tapping this thing? Opening themselves up to dying. Oh, something big is coming out. Wormcoil Engine? I can sort of deal with that. We need a nothing, have nothing emote. Have nothing, have nothing. My brother's working on the 3-2-1. We're gonna have a 3-2-1 emote eventually. Merfolk is just, I hope they have nothing deck. Well, when we're up against something like this, yeah. Are we lost? Is this Ballista? Oh no, this is just an ever-flowing chalice. Okay. Something's coming, I feel it. Yeah, an ever-flowing chalice. And it is ever-flowing, isn't it? Big-ass chalice. Now that's a chalice. Whatever. If our opponent might be slow rolling. They're having fun. Put Blast Zone on 5. Can you untap this somehow? Oh, they do have a Walking Ballista. Shit. We're lost, right? Yield through this turn. We're not dead yet. Somehow we're still alive. And we drew a land. Did they screw up? Like, should they have played the Ballista a lot earlier? So, hold on. What's going on here? Whenever you cast a spell, non-land permanents. Whenever you cast a spell, untap all non-land permanents you control. Okay, I have a few options here. I can, like, attempt... Shit, they have 12 mana, which means they can put 3 counters on this. You can kill Ballista in response to the counter going on. Yeah, but they have a lot of mana available. I can try to Trickster this thing first. Yeah, they can pump in response to Dismember. There's a few other things I can do. I can play a Lord, attack, and then if Ballista has to block... Ballista doesn't actually have to block. How to do this. I can also Trickster the Ballista, force them to start adding counters. Oh, and that might work, because if I Trickster this and it resolves, if they use up all their mana... Well, hold on, I can Trickster and then Dismember this, right? Okay, hold on, let's... Okay, I'm gonna start with this. Let's start by Trickstering. If they want to empty their Ballista, that's not too bad. Maybe it'll wipe out quite a few of our creatures, but we're not dead. And actually, hold on, if I Dismember, you can't kill too many things at this point. Trying to think what to do here, because if I attack with everything, they block Kumena Speaker, they tick 6, go to 4, and I don't have lethal for next turn. Yeah, it's one at a time. So I mean, if so, the point is, if I Dismember here and they pump it up 2 more times, Ballista will get 2 -1/-1s, and then my lords are invincible. Will that work? Or I guess I can, and then Trickster can enter the battlefield, tap Core Tapper, and then I can attack with everything. Walking Ballista has to chump something. Okay, well, I guess we could Dismember and then see what our opponent wants to do. It's awkward, though. Because I'm going to spend the Trickster. Well, I'll tell you what I can do. If they pump it up twice, I'm going to Trickster the Core Tapper and then force them to block with Walking Ballista. But what sucks is I'm going to lose my board. But I guess I can still get, to keep a Kumena Speaker. Or I guess they can now try to kill everything. They could shoot. You know, for some reason I never thought about that they just unload the Ballista at the same time. Oh, hold on. Is Trickster's on the stack? It's funny. They should have let Trickster resolve first to see where I target. Because if I target Ballista, then they could do all this stuff in response. Yeah, they didn't even wait for Trickster to target something. Funny enough. So you're gonna get less value out of this Blast Zone. But, like, their life total is gonna be way higher. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. So they can shoot me for 1, I guess. Okay, we do have, like, a little bit of a decent clock. Like, the Blast Zone is not that threatening at 2 anymore. Alright, get your last counter. That was a complicated turn. Now, of course, still, our opponent is in really good top deck mode. Like, they're going to draw at least 2 cards. And we have to hope that they're bricks. And also, they can draw all sorts of stupid stuff, like Buried Ruin. But anyway, overall, I think this was a good turn for our opponent. I'd be pretty happy if I were the opponent. They still have a blocker in play. Can someone explain to me how they're supposed to have infinite mana? Or are you just like figuratively saying they have infinite mana? Like they have a lot of mana, but they don't actually have an infinite mana combo. Oh no, they're tapping things. Don't do it! Stop doing things. Or they're just... Oh, I guess they have to do things every turn anyway. Oh, great. Of all the cards to draw, they just get like the slam dunk best card possible. Let's see what they get. Okay, a lot of mana, not technically infinite. Chose Walking Ballista. Well, we get through the first one. Walking Ballista, you are banned in some formats. Maybe you can get banned in Modern. Overall, I think we got pretty lucky to even get this far in this game. Okay, they have Walking Ballista for 13. They can just shoot us. Okay, so I'm pretty convinced that the Dismember is actually better than Relic. If we didn't have that Relic, we might have won. Like I could just Dismember that stupid Ballista twice. I mean, just for a Walking Ballista on 4, it's just important to get it off the board. And also, this can potentially get shut down by Karn the Great Creator. Yeah, 0 cards in hand. What to draw here? Good old Karn. I would love to go first. All things considered, this hand is good. This hand looks great. We'll probably play turn 2 Copter. I prefer it had more of a Lord rollout, but whatever, I can't complain. Looter Scooter. I don't think this is the matchup for Looter Scooter, because if they have Karn out, then you can't do anything with Smuggler's Copter. They kept 7, which is, well, scary. Hardened Scales players were pissed. Expedition map, sure. Come on, Island, so I can attack for 2 instead of 1. Oh, sweet. We got it. Alright, so every future creature that we play, I mean, we attack for 6 next turn when we play Master of the Pearl Trident. Okay, let's see if they have a big turn. Oh, they don't even have turn 3 Tron. They have a slow head start, so we actually have a chance here. It's a pretty slow start. They might do something pretty good next turn, but at least we get a little bit of a game going until then. Island! Yay! More islands. Come on, interaction. I don't even know. I guess the best thing we could draw is Force Negation here. We did not draw Force Negation. I'm going to dump the other Copter. Don't think it's necessary. And if Karn's coming, then we're in trouble. Maybe we can win with Lord of Atlantis and we're Trickster next turn. Let's see, this is 3, 6, 10? No, we don't have enough. Put the Waterlog Grove just in case we need to start getting desperate, drawing into Force Negation or something else. And there's Blast Zone to ruin our day. But actually, if we play Lord of Atlantis, attack for 10, that's not bad. They'll be down to 2. They still have to deal with the Kumena Speaker, and I can flash in a Merfolk Trickster. I think the other Copter is too late. For a charge counter? Okay, that's great. So I think that's some good news for us. Alright, their hand is pretty slow. Whatever the hell they're doing. Another Kumena Speaker. That's also very nice. No, I'm just going to play the Lord. We're going to attack for 10. Kumena Speaker will still be lethal. We can flash in Trickster if they want to blow up everything on our turn. They don't need to, but... And we still have Kumena Speaker. Merfolk Mistbinder. Would that be necessary? Probably not. Okay, they're down to 2. And in a tough spot. Very tough spot. Very tough spot. They seem to be cramped on mana. A lot of problems here. Okay, we just win. We got lucky. What can I tell you? We didn't have hard answers to anything. Like, a Force Negation is not too bad in this matchup because you just have to deal... As you see, they're pretty light on threats. But I still think this is sort of a gross matchup to play against. Maybe I'm wrong. Honestly, I've beaten Dice Factory many times, but I usually had the answers. I don't think I have nearly as many answers in this list as I usually do. But anyway, that was round 1. Let's move on to round 2. We won the die roll, and for the round 2, and this hand's great. I'll keep it. Turn 1 Kumena Speaker into turn 2, probably Smuggler's Copter, to be honest. Even though we'll attack for 1 with the Kumena Speaker. Great curve. Very good curve. Great to be on the play. Spire Bluff Canal. They do nothing. That's actually pleasant to draw. We drew an island, so we get to attack for 2. And maybe if we're up against Blue Moon for... I think we're actually up against Storm. Given that they played Spire Bluff Canal. So they're going to play Opt at end of turn or something like that. Red mana. Burst Lightning. Oh, okay, it's Prowess. Burst Lightning this! You son of a bitch. I've seen some odd Merfolk lists the last couple of days. Yeah, we love our brews. Manamorphose. Okay, this is definitely Prowess. Stormwing Entity. So, scry 2. At least we can attack into this. Well, don't really have anything else to do with our turn, so we'll just play Silvergill Adept and attack into this. We can't block. Let's hope we draw a Dismember just in case they play, I don't know, Gutshot or something. Gutshot? No, not Gutshot. Oh, that's actually awkward because I played this Mutavault. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have just played the Silvergill Adept. And even if I draw Kumena Speaker, I can play Waterlog Grove or something. Well, anyway, I'll get rid of... I don't think I have time for this second Waterlog Grove. Yeah, they don't block. Just pass. Here comes the creatures. Creatures on the way. Opt. What did they do with their scry? Put 1 card on the bottom, 1 card on top. So we don't have... Well, we have decent tools, actually, in the main deck. Dismember goes a long way. I mean, if you dismember this, you save yourself a lot of damage. Alright, whatever. I'm just going to yield through this turn. I clearly don't have anything. So we're at 8. That's not a good life total to be at. I'm going to crew and attack for 6. And then hope that I can do something with the mana afterwards. At the very least, I'll use Mutavault to block the Swift Spear. But I'm sort of just trying to put myself in a position to win right now. That does not help me at all. In fact, that's going to cost me some life, because I can't play the Botanical Sanctum for free. Well, if I can't play it for free, then that's just how it is. Alright, Swift Spear, I'm going to try to block you. I do have a chance. Like, if they don't kill me this turn, I can win. I can win next turn. Soulscar Mage and light up the stage. That is a blocker. So I'm effectively at 7. I'm effectively at 7. This might be close. Soulscar Mage. Okay, that's the only attacker. That's not too bad. I can leave Copter on blocking duty in the future. Do I want to crack this fetch? Yes. My life total sort of doesn't matter now. I think we would have won if we drew an Island Walk creature, because I could just, I don't have lethal. Yeah, well, I need an Island Walker, because there's no island in play right now. Well, they're definitely going to play Light Up the Stage next turn. Okay, hold on. Is there anything I'm missing? Hold on, no. I play a lord. Oh, I don't. They don't have enough blockers, so I can just play a lord and attack. Okay, that works for me. Sorry, not slow rolling. I'm just being stupid. I didn't realize you're at 6. I already had a lord in my hand. Didn't even need the Island Walk Lord. All right, I'm dumb. I'm a dummy. I'm a little slow. I need my coffee. It's not coffee. I had I didn't drink enough coffee during coffee and MTG, it seems. Okay. Apparently, according to popular opinion, I should play with Weather the Storm. And definitely Chalice of the Void is good in this matchup. Spreading Seas is pretty bullshit, and I don't really believe. I don't know if I should believe in Brazen Borrower. It's very clunky. And very vulnerable to, like, Lava Dart stuff, Gut Shot stuff. I also find it very difficult to believe that people will go all in on, if I leave up 2 mana, I think when they have Prowess creatures, they're more suspicious about blowouts. Yeah, some people in chat also saw the winning line. Okay. Just trying to... I don't know if I need Force Negation. I sort of like the interaction that we have right now. 24 creatures? That's fine. Did Copter help us? Probably. It was 3 damage. It was nice. It was a nice, chunky, healthy 3 damage. Hand looks great. Hopefully we can crush our opponent with this Chalice on 1. Hopefully. There's a chance it won't. I hate Swift Spear. I hate Swift Spears. Alright, come gut shot me. Gut shot me, bro! I remember reading on Reddit about funniest flavor interactions in Magic. One guy was talking about how in Kaladesh Limited, his Copter was targeted by a kill spell. So in response, he tapped it to crew itself. His Copter was targeted by a kill spell. So in response, he tapped it to crew itself, then cast Select for Inspection on it, bounced it, and in his hand, imagine a Copter. Well, here's Lava Dart to screw me over. Whatever, if I waited for Chalice of the Void, this would get weaker anyway. Copter's too good. In his head, he imagined a Copter folding in on its own cockpit, and then the Vidalcan inspectors can think, better take that one off the line. Okay, come on, 1-drops. And no braid. Light up the stage in mutagenic growth. Alright then. Hopefully that's just the end of the game. Sometimes it is. But sometimes they have a braid. And it gets ugly. Sprite Dragon. Alright, that's a pretty good card. And they can play... Well, yeah, they can cast Mutagenic Growth. It's going to get countered, but whatever. So I think the strategy in this situation is... I guess we're going to let our opponent cast some spells. And then when this thing is really big, that's when we start trickstering it. I shouldn't trickster it early. I should trickster it later. See, do you have any more free spells to cast? Nope, not this turn. Next turn you can cast this. Situation is still pretty awkward. I don't have a good way of dealing with the Sprite Dragon. Aside from, like, Dismember. 2 cards left. Actually, Soulscar Mage is useless because of the Chalice. Okay, given our mana, I'm going to play Merfolk Mistbinder. So that when we have Mutavault, I can play Silvergill Adept and hold up Trickster or something, maybe. But it looks like I'm going to take one more big hit this turn before I start counterattacking. Alright, well, we have some spell. Aw, gotta be kidding. Why do they always have a braid? Like, every time. I don't know. They only have, like, 3 a braid in their deck. But every single time I play the Chalice of the Void, they always have a braid. Alright, now we are in some doo-doo. If I play Master of the Pearl Trident, attack for 3, place Trickster on Sprite Dragon, I can shock myself for 2, go down to 5, potentially have 2 beefy blockers for these creatures. Potentially. Hopefully. If I draw 1 more Lord next turn, I can win. So I think I'm gonna screw the Silvergill Adept. Or hold on, can I win otherwise? Can I play... No, I need to attack for something this turn. Deck list should be found with exclamation point deck list. I think this should be the same deck list I was playing last time. Okay, hold on. There's another line. I could play Silvergill Adapt. I could attack for 2 right now. Hold on. If I play Silvergill Adapt Trickster, how much power is this? This is 4, 8, 12, 15. So I actually have to attack with Mistbinder this turn if I want to deal lethal damage by next turn. Because that's pretty reliable. They do have an island, so if I play this and they have no interaction, it's a win. Because I play Mutavault and play Master of the Pearl Trident. That should be enough to win. Alright, let's try that. If I got blown out here, whatever, I get blown out and I'm dead. Alright, gets through, people. Fortune favors the brave. That's pretty useless. Did I play a land? Oh yeah, I played the Mutavault. And I guess upkeep, I will tap their Sprite Dragon. Yeah, upkeep I'll tap the Sprite Dragon because I know I have to do this. And maybe it will save me a turn somewhere. So anyway, the point is the line that I've taken gives us puts us in a position to maybe win the game. Don't target my stuff. What is this? Oh, go fuck yourself. I'm dead. That's Kozilek's return sucks. Maybe I need Brazen Borrower just to reset Sprite Dragon. It's a pretty clunky card. I would rather just dismember the Sprite Dragon. Oh, I'm just gonna run it back. It's too bad. I think we had a good hand and we lost anyway. Well, we got our Chalice and the mana to cast it, but we got no other mana working with us. It sounds okay. We can keep this. Get rid of one Trickster. I don't like the Waterlog Grove. That's going to be painful, but you live and die on the pain here with this deck. Have you tried out the new M Hayashi build yet? Nope. I mean, M Hayashi, it's not even necessarily that new of an M Hayashi build. He's played stuff like that before. I just don't like his style of decks. Honestly, I think he's all in too much on certain cards and really requires the right matchups to make them work. Like 4 Chalice of the Void in the main deck, that's not going to do against anything against Eldrazi-tron or Red-Green Ponza or Jund. Those are top decks right now. So like you really depend on dodging all like the good all the very big tough matchups in order to make that work. So I mean, I can see. I once played his list during the Oko metagame because I thought that list was very good. But aside from that, I play my own list for the most part. It looks like we're going to be facing an Abrade. I'm not sure what we're up against, but I don't know how to play around anything. Like, if you want to abrade this, you just abrade this. I don't know how to play around any of this. Whatever, I guess I play this. I want to keep the Cavern of Souls in my hand just in case I want to loot it away with the Copter. Okay. Our opponent earned 1 more damage. Yeah, I gotta ask someone about this thing. It's pretty silly. My MTG bot's not working. Duckstev, are you around? Get MTG bot online. Stormwing Entity. Yeah, let's hope we don't die to it. Drawing a land would be great here. If a blue source, so I can play both of these creatures. Well, it's not the land I wanted. So now it might be worth it to crack a Waterlog Grove and play this. Actually, I'm probably gonna play Trickster because I really don't want to cancel. Well, hold on. If I wait on Trickster, then I don't get any value here. Prowess, flying, enters the battlefield. Scry 2. If only it was just an island, I could play Master of the Pro trying to attack. I can still get blown out by Kozilek's return. Okay. This sort of plays around Kozilek's return. What did they do? Card on the bottom and 1 card on top? Interesting. I guess they have another Stormwing Entity coming up. Ooh, Mutagenic Growth. Alright, I didn't really see that coming. That's not too bad. We saved 3 life. Could be worse. That's 3 life in the bank. Hopefully our opponent Has a lot of islands in hand that they're trying to sandbag. They have a bunch of fiery islets too, which sucks. Soulscar Mage. Well, we're definitely losing because of the Stormwing entity. I think this is a little bit late. Ugh. I can't win by blocking. I have to attack into the stupid Soulscar Mage and hope they don't have anything here. Good, they have nothing. And pass. Guess I might as well tap down the Stormwing entity. Hope there's no Kozilek's return. Oh, they have nothing in hand, but you could like crack a fiery islet to get more information. Bedlam Reveler. Alright. That does not look like good news. I'm going to fire off this Weather the Storm. Because I think this is probably... Is this a good time? I've played 1, 2, 3. I gain 8 life. Hopefully it's not that bad of a spot. Certainly there could be better spots, but there's 3 prowess creatures on the battlefield. Honestly, I do not like that card. Okay, so if I dismember the Bedlam Reveler... First, I want more information. Let's crack this. Not good. Alright, I think, again, I have to dismember the Bedlam Reveler and just attack and hope my opponent only has sorcery speed removal. You can remove flying with Trickster to block if it comes up. Yes, but like that's risky. Because if I block and they play Mutagenic Growth, I'm dead. Oh, is this Lava Dart? I'm not destined to win this game. Lava Dart comes back. Very unlikely to win here. Because I have no creatures on the battlefield. That was a good card to have. I mean, they could have had Mutagenic Growth as well, but I'm not in good shape either way. Prowess is a tough matchup. That's why that's why we have the Chalice of the Voids in the sideboard. That's why we have Chalice of the Void. What is this? 3, 6, 7? Alright, take it. What's sad is like they can beat me down with just these things without any prowess stuff. Dismember is technically free, right? Well, sort of. It's a card with a discount. Does that kill me? 10? No, I live. More braids. Like, how many braids does the deck... And maybe they play 4. I mean, you have to be prepared for Eldrazi-Tron. And I'm sure Eldrazi-Tron is, like, their worst matchup. Because they have a lot of creature removal. Oh, that is just fantastic. The backup, the Chalice at the end of the game. Anyway. Good games anyway. Powerful deck. Powerful deck needs powerful answers. And I also need them to not have the answer to my answers. So, well, whatever. That was... Prowess, you gotta be prepared for Prowess. I wouldn't say it's one of the best decks in the format because I think the top decks beat this deck, but still, this is a very dangerous deck in the metagame, definitely in the top 10, and you should have a good plan against Prowess. Either the blue-red version or mono-red. But anyway, that was round 2. Let's move on to round 3. We lost the die roll. Our opponent mulliganed. We'll do the same. Our hand is pretty trash. This hand's a lot better, so we'll keep. And... They mulligan to 5 now. I'm thinking of just tossing a land because I have a 1-lander on the draw with Ether Vial. I mean, the other option is just dump the Vial. I go turn 1 Kumena Speaker, turn 2 Silvergill Adept, and start attacking. But it's a pretty creature dense hand, so maybe we're going to dump a land, and yeah, that's what I'll do. And if I draw a land, it has huge upside. If I don't draw a land, not a big deal. Maybe I should have kept the fetch land instead of the Waterlog Grove. I hate the incremental damage that you take from Waterlog Grove, but it's pretty good with Ether Vial. More like Dud Confidant. Ooh, Island. The French Goblin with the Goblin Avatar completely misdirected us. Go for opt. They put a card on top of their library. They're taking their turn. So if this is Stoneblade, I'm pretty happy with my keep. Mystic Sanctuary. Alright, let's get the pedal to the metal right now. Come on, land. Land is good. I think land is good. Oh, that's good, actually. To be honest, so long as I use up my mana. Might even be better. They might have Spell Snare up. Would you say Simic is better than blue considering the metagame? I would say so. I think it's just easier to play Simic. It's more proactive and more powerful, and is more forgiving for mulligans. But the problem is that Red-Green Ponza is one of the best decks right now. Like, absolutely one of the best decks. And it would just smash this deck because the liability of getting Blood Moon or Magus of the Moon is really high. So, in my opinion, I think it's worth the risk, but might not be worth the risk for everybody. I got Dismember. That's not too bad if I have to face a Snapcaster Mage or something. Whatever their hand is, it's pretty crappy. It's too bad I couldn't draw another land though. But at least I still have things to do at 1 mana. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass priority. Spell Queller. Alright, that's not too bad. So that means... Well, first off, I hope they have no Verdict. Actually, I could just let it resolve, right? And I just play a Master of the Pearl Trident in its place. I sort of want to kill the Spell Queller, because, I mean, if they have more Spell Quellers, I'm in trouble. Breeding pools have become expensive in general. Was this Teferi? In that case, let's bounce. Or let's kill Spell Queller. That seems like a bastard to be able to try to beat. Alright, they saw enough. They mulliganed too far. So it looks like it's... I think it's Stoneblade. I think Stoneblade plays this card. I wonder, how many cards are they playing? No, they're not playing Yorion. I think it's Stoneblade. So in that case, we're going to bring in all the Force Negations and all the Veil of Summers. Take out Spreading Seas. Take out 1 land. Say Botanical Sanctum. 2 cards I have to get rid of. Well, they have Spell Queller, so I'm going to max out on the Dismembers. That's tough. What 2 cards to get rid of? So I sort of like Veil of Summer because it can protect you from... it can sort of protect you from Teferi. You just play it in response. Then they can't bounce any of your permanents. Also, like... No, it doesn't beat Cryptic Command because Cryptic Command doesn't target when they tap all the creatures. But it beats anything you cast. Maybe I'm overvaluing Veil of Summer here. I'll play with 1. I think, like, normally against these control decks, you can beat them with anything. This doesn't protect me against Cryptic Command tap draw. Draw a card, and if an opponent has cast a blue spell this turn, you impermanence you control. Hold on. What does Spell Queller say? Exile target spell with convert mana cost 4 or less. But our spells doesn't have hexproof. They just can't be countered. Spells you control can't be countered, but they can still be exiled. Well, that doesn't help me. Whatever. I guess we'll just go with this. The deck should be great. Mana efficiency, people. I played a Kamena Speaker. We had a 1-land Vile hand, but it was very mana efficient. We played Dismember. We had everything. I guess we'll keep this. They mulligan to 6. Good enough for me. Play Misty Rainforest just to crack it, get a breeding pool in play. I love a good curve when playing Fish. I love a good curve in Magic, period. Good curves are nice. Hey, Nikachu, what good replacement to Chalice in those sideboard slots? More of other things. Play more Veil of Summers, play more Relic of Progenituses, and maybe some Dispels if you want. Probably Dispel, actually. You honestly, probably Dispel. You could just fill it up all with Dispel. What to do in this spot? Ooh, I drew a Kamena Speaker. So they clearly have a counterspell. Okay, let's pass. So we're going to pass the turn, and then at the end of their turn, I'll play Trickster. And if they Spell Queller it, we can Dismember it and then play Silvergill Adept on the same turn, because we just drew a Kamena Speaker. If they counter the Trickster, then we play Silvergill Adept. It'd be nice to have a Cavern of Souls here. I'm sure it would just crush our opponent. Alright, so they're tapping out except 1 mana. This is a good spot to like get around Mana Leak. If they play Spell Snare, I think that's fine. Oh, they got no more mana. Oh, that sucks for them. Okay, let's just empty the battle. Let's empty everything on the battlefield. Let's start attacking. I'll play Silvergill Adept into Kamena Speaker, and then we'll follow it up with Lord of Atlantis. They're dead. Our opponent got pretty unlucky. Yeah, I smell blood too. When your opponent plays Opt, scries to the bottom, will you get a bye? Double mulligan? Yeah, I know. I can see your deck screwed you. Let's see, is there a spell? No, no Spell Snare, nothing. No interaction. Ooh, Smuggler's Copter. I might play that next turn if our opponent plays, like, say, a White Source to play around, what's it called? Supreme Verdict. Alright, they got something. They're online. Oh, but I got Ether Vial. They still need to top deck a land, too. They might just flash in a Snapcaster Mage. Nope. They might have just Spell Quellers and crap like that in their hand. So I'm trying to bait out like a counterspell here. Alright, we baited the counterspell. We get the Smuggler's Copter in play. Verdict? We can probably survive a Verdict if they play it. No, they can't beat a Verdict. Alright, we won the match. Nice, clean, easy win. Sometimes you get mana screwed. Sometimes you get mana screwed, but sometimes your opponent does. It works both ways around. It's just important that you capitalize on it, which is something you can do with Simic Merfolk. You know, when you play a deck that puts the pressure on your opponent, you can capitalize on those mana screws. Like, this was an easy win, but if you were playing a much slower deck, you can't capitalize as easily on these victories. So that's one advantage going with Simic Merfolk that it has for it. But anyway, that was round 3. Let's move on to round 4. We won the die roll. Hand is a little painful, but hey, we got a 1-drop into Lord, so I'm not going to complain. Against the right deck, this can just steamroll them. I think it's a turn 4 kill. If our opponent can't interact with us. Come on, no interaction. But that's asking for a lot in Modern. Holy crap, that's asking for a lot. I mean, I guess the best matchup we could hope for is maybe old-fashioned Tron. That's a possibility. Stomping Ground. Uh-oh, that's not good. Another Kamena Speaker. That'll be fine to back up next turn. Something is about to get bolted, in my opinion. Something is definitely getting bolted. I think I'm going to Spreading Seas this turn, because I know I'm going to get bolted. Like, I don't want to expose any of these things to bolt this turn. And we're up against red. We're very likely up against red-green Ponza. Like, how do you shock yourself here? I'm gonna think about this. But the like, if they, what? Okay, hold on. I gotta think. Like, what else do you have that you could do this with? Like nothing, right? Okay, so I'll attack. I'm just gonna attack for 1. It's pathetic, but that's what I'm gonna do. Because I want them to waste. If they don't play the Lightning Bolt now, whoa! No, I don't want to play this. I'm playing Spreading Seas. Cannot enchant that land. See, if they bolt this, that's fine. I need to keep these creatures. Okay. Botanical Sanctum, not bad. Is Swords to Plowshares better than Path to Exile? Yes. It is. Alright, let's just empty our hand. Sort of. The best I can. So we might get stomped here, but I don't know, there's not really much I can do about it. Where are they fetching now? You have some counterspell here? Okay. I didn't think that was going to happen. Did not see that coming. You got me. All right, so you're... Well, at the very... So, here's the good news. I'm relieved that we're not up against Ponza. Look at that. That happens once in a blue moon. You Spreading Seas their land, and boom, they can use the mana. Hilarious. So what the F am I up against? I'm guessing they have another Remand. I'll show them a Trickster. This might be to Niv to Light. It could be the slow blue mana. Bring to Light Shift, maybe. I think I'm going to play the next Silvergill Adapt. If they remand it, they remand it. It's that stupid Reclamation deck. I have no idea what this deck is. Doing a lot of damage to our life total, though. Oh, so it is some sort of Reclamation deck? Alright, well, whatever. We deal with it. Probably we need to be more aggressive then if it's a Reclamation deck. They don't have Cryptic Command mana, so that's some good news, I guess. So what kind of sweepers do you have in this deck? I can attempt to kill our opponent. Cancel. Let's see, what if I just attack for 6? Play Breeding Pool, pass. Crack Waterlog Grove at end of turn. Snap Bolt, I can tap something down with Trickster. Okay, I'll do it like this actually. I'll play the Merfolk Mistbinder and see what happens. I don't know if I should. I don't know what's in the deck, so I don't know what to play around. So I should just be more proactive, I think. If this is gonna be remand, that's okay. Okay, that's not fine. That's not a problem. So now they cannot play. I'm just gonna replay this thing. I'm just gonna hope that they don't have a sweeper for it. If they have Path to Exile, then they have to exile the Merfolk Mistbinder. Like, I have 2 Waterlog Groves on the battlefield if necessary. So they don't have like Wilderness Reclamation, that's for sure. Maybe they do now. They have Bring to Light? Okay. 4 colors. Maybe wipe my board. Okay. Not the end of the world. We have 2 Waterlog Groves available. Oh, well, that would have been nicer earlier. Am I right, chat? Am I right? They know I have this stupid Trickster. Maybe it's just Bring to Light. Maybe it's just Niv Mizzet. Okay, deal with all this. Ooh, Valakut. Wait, what the fuck is this deck? I don't know what this deck is. What is going on here? Okay, so it's just Scapeshift? It's just Bring to Light Scapeshift. If I draw... Actually, I don't know what I need to draw. They could have Cryptic Command up. This game would probably be over if I had one Cavern of Souls. Okay, let's play Merfolk Mistbinder. So if they, like, kill one of these creatures, it's not that big of a deal. We might be dead next turn. Like, I'm at a low enough life total they can just kill me with any Valakuts. Remand. Oh, wait, that's great. I think we just win now. Because now my opponent absolutely cannot play Cryptic Command. And the way I was going to play around Cryptic Command was just to attack with these 2 creatures. And that would be enough. Path, Snapcaster. I don't think anything works here. Because let's say they Cryptic Command, tap, draw. I could... Oh, maybe I screwed that up. Actually, I could not play around Cryptic Command like that. I actually had to hold this creature. No, it didn't matter. I can't actually I cannot do it because I can't crew anything that's tapped already. Oh, so I could not actually play around Cryptic Command. You have to be okay with never winning if you play fairies. Well, unless you play blue-red fairies with the Kiki-Jiki. The Kiki-Jiki people. I've done it. I think I went 4-1 with it. It's like pretty good. I thought I did pretty good. Yeah, we won. I think, well, I can't tell if we got lucky. We had a really mana efficient hand, put a lot of pressure on the battlefield. Got super surprised with Spreading Seas. So, definitely going to bring in Force Negation. Definitely going to bring in... Do I definitely bring in Veil of Summer? It probably does something. Like, countering Remand will be good. And they will still have that post-board. Well, let's just say this. I can't play with Dismember, and I can't play with Spreading Seas, so all those cards have to be better. And probably Relic is better than the Spreading Seas. Actually, Spreading Seas is not that bad, because with Spreading Seas, you can sometimes hit the Valakut late in the game. Because late in the... Well, but this is not a deck that plays with billions of mountains. No, okay, this is fine. Like, they only activate Valakut, in the end. Veil can always just be a card, yeah. Do whatever deck you have the most fun with, even after playing tons of games with. But the problem is a lot of people are not happy about losing. You gotta be happy. If you can enjoy a deck while losing, go for it. That's the key. That is the Ponyland mentality, but still, at the same time, you're gonna be way ahead than the hardcore grinders that are like, ah, how do I get to the Pro Tour? Oh my god, I'm gonna be off the Pro Tour. Ah, no, not the Pro Tour. I'm gonna be kicked out. I can guarantee you, the life of a pro is not a life of happiness. There's a lot. No one hears the story of the failures. That's for sure. I'm in content I'm putting way more effort into content creation than the Pro Tour for a very good reason. And I can guarantee you I'm making way more money than the pros. I will mulligan this because we do not have lands. Ugh. Still don't really have lands here. They mulligan too. Okay, I think it's a greedy keep. No, it is actually way too greedy. I'm going to mulligan one more time. We're on the draw. Okay, we can keep this. This is actually quite good. I'll get rid of a Veil of Summer. Maybe I just get rid of both Veil of Summers. Because I need the lands, right? What can you do for me? You can't protect me from counter spells anymore. Depends. If you would be winning every GP, you would do more. But let's be serious. That's very difficult to do that. That's a good draw. As long as we keep the gas coming, it's all good. So boy, my wave of relief when this turned out from, like, when I thought this was red-green pawns and then turned out to be a 5-color deck. Great stuff. Hello, just saw the YouTube post. How am I doing? I'm 2-1 so far. We're up a game in round 4 against 5-color something. I would say I'm doing pretty good. We have a turn 4 kill on the board if they don't interact with it. And they're not interacting with it, so it's all good. Wilt, destroy target artifact or enchantment. What, you're going to destroy my Spreading Seas? I don't think that was a good card to bring in. Well, I don't know, maybe Ether... Like, it's a free roll, remember? It does cycle. Oh, we're running good. Our opponent is screwed on mana, just like our last round opponent. Oh, actually, it's very possible that the Cavern of Souls is screwing them over. They might have kept a hand thinking that Remand would be good. And let me tell you, I get a lot of free wins off the Cavern of Souls. That's why I like to play with, like, at least 2 of them right now. There's still, even though counter spells are very low in the metagame, it is the win more. It is like our, not a win more card. It is our free win card in a lot of matchups, especially this. They should actually be firing off their Remand for nothing, just to draw a card if they do actually have it. Are Elementals fun? Never saw their deck list. The Cody Hope is is a streamer playing Elemental, so I'd very highly suggest you go follow the Cody Hope. I think he's making some sideboard guides for the Elementals deck, so, you know, this is the person to follow. So what's going on? It always makes me suspicious when they, like, prematurely fetch shock themselves. Okay, there's Path. We get to dig a land out of our deck before we draw. Nice. Take it. There's Veil of Summer. Let's see if this will help us at all. I think I just attack with, but yeah, I have eight damage. I was thinking about Snapcaster Mage, but I think I would just attack with everything because Snapcaster Mage can get Path to Exile. So if we force them to block the Master of the Pearl Trident, they don't have Path of Exile for the future, and also they would go to 1, so they have no chance. So this again, we capitalize on being a very low mana efficient deck and take advantage of our opponents like choking on mana. Because if we were playing a slower deck and gave them more turns, then we could possibly lose. Also, mulliganing to 5 was definitely one of the reasons we won this game. If I kept that clunky 6-card hand, we didn't have a chance. Nothing was going to happen there. We would have given our opponent infinite time to get back into the game. So anyway, yeah, that was round 4. 3-1 so far. Let's move on to round 5. So we lost the die roll, and our hand has 1 land. We're going to mulligan it. Hope for something better. Our opponent mulligan as well, so it's not too bad. This is not really the hand I want. Because we still need another mana to cast our spells. I have Dismember, but... no, I think I can do better than this. I think I can do better. There we go. Look, this is better. We can keep this. I'll just dump the Spreading Seas and a Waterlogged Grove. More aggressive mulligans. Nice, smoother curve. Great. Hardened Scales. And by great, I mean shit. Because this hand doesn't have any lords. Oh, that's good. That's a good draw. Don't know how much it's going to matter, but it's a good draw. Give me. Gimme. Give me your graft. Just do it. Be generous. Oh, here's Hardened Scales. Here's a big Arcbound Worker. Oh, they opt not to put anything on there. Well, I can freely attack into the Arcbound Worker, because they're not going to do anything. My problem is if they play, like, I don't know. What's it called? If they play Walking Ballista, we're super toast. Okay, let's just attack for 2. Then no one gets the counters from Arcbound Worker. Okay. And I will just play Silvergill Adapt, draw a card, hope that we don't get smashed next turn. Gimme. Just do it. Just be nice. I sort of want a land, so I have the ability to, like, Trickster in Arc. Okay, we got a land. So I can Trickster Arcbound Ravager and then dismember it without it giving counters to anything else afterwards. Because I think it can come into play as a 4/4. It will come into play with 2 counters from Hardened Scales, then they can move this thing. Or no, maybe it doesn't. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you can move. Oh, it's just any... It doesn't matter. I was thinking of Pendelhaven for some reason. Okay, that's great. That's not Walking Ballista. So if that thing gets the counters, we can Trickster, blow it up. And then hopefully everything is fine, but truth be told, still could be problems because they can block, now move all counters to Ink Moth Nexus. Or I have an idea. Okay, I have a cool idea. Let's Trickster Arcbound Ravager first. And then we'll attack, and if they block with the modular creature, This is going to be great. This could be a huge blowout. Okay, see you later, Siege Sensei. If they block with Arcbound, the Arcbound work. Oh, they don't block. It's too bad. Alright, let's kill the Ravager. Can't move anything. So I was hoping they would block, put all the counters on Ravager. It would double the counters, and then in response we dismember the Ravager. But unfortunately, they didn't fall for it. Hashtag saw it coming. They were setting up a kill next turn because they could like sacrifice this Arcbound worker to their Ravager, have a bunch of counters, then put on Inkmoth Nexus. So you needed that last turn. It's a bit late. Alright, they're running out of gas. We might just Goldfish and beat them. I can Spreading Seas the Inkmoth Nexus. Cancel. Just in case, I'll play Mutavault. Spreading Seas this. They're running out of just anything. They don't even have any cards. Yeah, you might as well activate it. It's like not that bad of an idea. Just to block something. Didn't think about that. Now I might not attack. Because at least there's a creature until end of turn. So in that case, do I attack with everything? They could trade with Silvergill Adapt, trade with something. I only get 2 damage in. Or if I attack with Speaker and Merfolk Trickster, they can't trade with anything. I could also just attack. Maybe I should just attack with Mutavault too. I could play the Speaker, but this is like 1 extra attack this turn. Or maybe I could just attack like this. This is not that bad. Keep the Silvergill Adapt for next turn. Why exchange anything? That's silly. That's a tiny island. Yes. I played a land, so pass. And we're not attacking for lethal next turn, but they're not either. They have good top decks, of course. I mean, ooh, Blinkmoth Nexus. That probably helps. I'm thinking, okay, so do I let them block? So you can block the Trickster. You can block Silvergill Adapt. Take 6. Everything dies. Then I could pass. Yeah, I'll just let that happen. And then pending what they draw. Oh, they're going to try to kill something. Take 5. Still basically lethal. Oh, they have Pendle. Well, okay, I can dismember something if they have Pendlehaven. True story. Do they have Pendlehaven? No, they have this Llanowar crap. So they activate and they don't block. Interesting. So you're going to put on this. Okay, that's fine. Then we dismember it, and probably it's over. I'm just thinking, can I beat a Walking Ballista? Like, that's my only concern. Walking Ballista's on 2. Like, my board beats a Walking Ballista as it is. Because my Mutavaults will get in for damage. Okay, let's say I dismember you. Because the Ozolith counter is going on a Ballista is like super lethal. Yeah, Ballista will be enormous. Alright, so can we play around Ballista? Okay, this thing had 2 counters, so this will become this will get to 4. This will be a 5/5 creature. Let's say Ballista comes into play. It'll come into play with 2 counters. Then the Ozolith comes into play. Then I dismember Walking Ballista, and then these 2 things get shot. Or actually, hold on. If I dismember Walking Ballista, I go down to 7. This thing can attack for 5. I go down to 2. So Walking Ballista, I can't play around Walking Ballista. Walking Ballista kills me. Alright, let's just kill you. I actually can't play around Walking Ballista. At least I don't think so. They might not have missed land drop. I don't think they missed any land drops. They've just been playing creatures and they've been dying. I could kill Ballista with the Reborn on the stack? I don't know what you mean. Okay, what to bring in? Nothing. Everything looks pretty bad. Maybe Chalice of the Void, but this is better on the draw. Sorry, on the play than on the draw. I don't think I've actually anything to bring in. I saw green. I did not see black. They sometimes have black for Fatal Push, for Dismember. Okay, do I have any bad cards? On it? The only card... I don't have any bad cards. I might just leave it as it is. Like, main deck is pretty good. Relic is useless. Weather the Storm is useless. Force Negation, I'm like... Does Scales play Dismember? Probably. I don't know if it's worth bringing Veil of Summer in for that one card. Yeah. Smuggler's Copter? Yep, absolutely. It's great. The only card I might consider is Force of Negation. Because countering specifically the Ozolith helps a lot. That card isn't really annoying. Chalice is not... I don't think Chalice is that good against Scales. Chalice on... Like, this is an aggro matchup. If I spend turn 2... First off, I'm on the draw. So if my opponent starts off with 1 drop into 2 more 1 drops, then it's pretty useless after that. It might be fine. Okay, on the play, I will consider it, but on the draw, I'm not going to consider it. I think I'm just going to be too far behind. I'm just going to submit the deck as is. If my opponent shows me Fatal Push in this game, I'll consider bringing in Veil of Summer next game. This sounds awkward, but I'll keep it. I need 1 more land for the Smuggler's Copter, but if I don't get it, I can still play a second Vial and Kamena Speaker. Although I probably prefer this 1 Vial to be another land. Yeah, Chalice is a tough card to play. There's a lot of scenarios where you'll play it on the draw and it's useless. Our opponent begins with 7 cards, so do we. Here we go. Overall, I really liked how I played that last game. Well played, me. And we drew a land, so probably we're not even going to play the second Vial. Next turn, we'll just play Copter Go. Does it enter the battlefield tapped? Yeah, it does. Okay, there's Hardened Scales. So, you know, these... Ooh. Okay, let's see if we can get our aggro on. That's pretty clunky. That's a sign of clunk right there, people. Copter. And pass. So if they play Ballista on 1... What's this going to be? This can be huge. This is going to be huge! Are they going to save it for something bigger? Oh no, something bigger is on the way. Oh no, people. Oh no. Yeah, come on, give me... This is a bit dumb that it can trigger to anything. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Turn off all auto yields. Maybe I want to interact with it. Alright, we get in some damage. I can get rid of this Ether Vial with the Copter. Why couldn't you miss your land drop? Just missed the land drop. Made things so much easier. I guess I'll play another Vial this turn. Okay, let's hope our lords can survive a giant walking ballista. Because that's what it's gonna have. That's what it's gonna take right now. Well, unfortunately, our hand just lost all the gas. All right, let's see what we can do next turn. No walking ballista. You can have a Ravager. Ravager is fine, but it's probably walking ballista. Hence why they kept the hand. There's the walking. Okay, so how big is this gonna be? How bad is this gonna be? It's gonna be huge. 6. You know what? It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse. If we draw Dismember, we'll be in, like, pretty good shape. Lord. Okay, we got a Lord. So if we play the Mistbinder right now, we're going to force our opponent to empty the clip, and then if in response, we could oh no, can we in response? Actually, let me draw something right now. See what happens. That is interesting. That is interesting, because now we can force the ballista to do something. Hold on. Okay, hold on. This might not be that great. Because if I Trickster the ballista, there's still a situation of our opponent blocking with like Arcbound Worker or some crap like that. Put 2 more counters on this. But it's still a lot of damage. Let's see. It's a close spot. And we have nothing to loot now with the Smuggler's Copter. Which is not, I don't know, maybe it's not something we should be complaining about. Okay, let's say this thing gets enormous. It becomes a 10-10. It becomes a 9-9. Is that enough? 4, 7, 1, 2. Probably is not enough. Okay, we'll do this. And in response to the counters, we can buff up our team with Ether Vial. So in response to the last trigger on this thing, so there's 1 damage. In response, we can play, so there's the second one, and then after the third one, we'll threaten to bring in the next Lord. And they have to force another one. And then now they can't kill all our Lords. Can you Trickster the small guy before the trigger dies? Yes, I can, but it would be a waste. Okay, they're still going to go for the Lord. That's fine. Now this gets tapped. Pretty sure I'm still going to attack with everything. We get in 7 damage. Our opponent goes to... This thing goes to 5. That's still not enough. Unless our opponent has a backup ballista. I don't know, which they might have. I could also just attack with the Smuggler's Copter. Block, take 6, go to 7. This thing goes to a 5. Shoot, 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 shoot. It dies. Play another Ballista on 2. But that's not enough. Okay, I'm sort of gonna YOLO it. Oh, crew before dying? Oh, I guess that's true. Because the Ballista was on 2. I'm gonna lose. Oh, goodbye, Lord of Atlantis. If there's a punt to be had, that I might as well let it be that punt. What a weird interaction for real world Magic. They don't block with anything, they take it all. So maybe they've got an Arcbound Ravager in hand. They'll sack the worker to the Ravager, sack it all to the Ballista, and maybe they can kill us? Let's see what happens. They're gonna do something big here. Uh-oh, they got land. That's not good, because now they can play like another Arcbound worker. The Ozolith. Shit! Something bad is about to happen. Alright, they do have the Ravager. Now maybe I need this blocker. Maybe I need the blocker. Well, I definitely knew they had the Ravager. Rest in pepperonis. I guess the best I can do... Well, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm assuming I'm dead. Our life total is high, though. Our life total is high. We have a nice high life total. They have to do everything pre-combat if they want to maximize the Ozolith. Like sack worker to Ravager, etc. Ballista is 18 without attacks. That sucks. Let's hope our opponent doesn't know that. Today was a good league to have Collector Oof, but I wasn't running it. Calculation is for the people who need to win. Right. I mean, they got to do something, so they might as well just do it. K9 counted 17. Well, let's just see what happens. Some people say 18, some people say 17. What's it gonna be, people? What's it gonna be? Oh, that's more than enough. They actually have 19 here. So close. Let's go to game 3. Close game. They had a really good hand. Clunky hand, but it paid off. I don't think I want to change anything. Also, Brazen Bar actually has some utility. Yeah, I think if all the counters go to the Ozolith, then we can bounce the Ozolith. Yeah, so it didn't matter if I even shocked myself. Okay, well, I'll just submit this and go to game 2. This hand has no... this hand just has a bunch of land, no pressure, so we're going to mulligan. This hand's okay. I wouldn't say this is the most amazing hand. Silvergill Adept doesn't do a very good job attacking into cards, but I'll keep it. I'll get rid of one of the Ether Vials. Did our opponent mulligan? Oh, they mulligan too. Okay, so we'll keep. Okay, so that's good. So that's some good news. Our opponent mulligan as well. I don't think like the thing about the Mox Opal ban is, and I said this when it got banned, this deck doesn't leverage Opal that much. It's not a turn 3. It's not like a deck that tries to accelerate to turn 3. It's a deck that slowly moves to turn 4 and then just wins on the spot. Just like what basically happened in that game. Dylan, I am 3-1 right now. I know, it is weird. It's been like that for a little while. I gotta get it fixed. Should I like uninstall the thing and then reinstall it like everyone else's MTG thing is working? Okay, again, a slow start, but hopefully not a big deal. That's a bad draw. Are you using it as a browser source? No, I don't think so. Metallic Mimic. That's interesting. Now, I would love to draw a land so I can attack for 6. We drew a land. Actually, maybe I should have thought about that, because I might have been okay about attacking with Mutavault and letting things die. Like, if they block... If Metallic Mimic blocks Silvergill Adept, I don't mind that. Because I think what's going to happen is I would rather dismember whatever else comes in play. Maybe. Okay, what if you don't block, Ravager comes out, I dismember Ravager, then I have to deal with the Mimic anyway? And he'll have more counters? That doesn't seem good either. Okay, I'll just make this easy. Hopefully this is the right move. I'm going to force my opponent to chump block every turn. Because if I leave Metallic Mimic on board and I let my opponent play a Construct, then there's more counters on the battlefield because of Metallic Mimic, and then I have to deal with like a much larger Metallic Mimic. Anyway, I hope this makes sense. Come on, no more... Nah, they got more land drops. Because if they're choked on 2 mana, it's actually... I think I'm quite advantaged in that situation. Walking Ballista. Alright, so you can kill my Lord. Arcbound Worker. Just 1-1. Come on, Lord. I drew a Lord again. Using up all my mana. How to do this? Because what I could do is I could play Trickster. Oh, is I can't attack with anything good. I'd love to make a big attack. And maybe I still can if I play Trickster right now on the Ballista and attack with everything. Yeah, maybe that's worthwhile. I don't want to attack and Vile Lord because they'll block and then activate before the thing resolves. I'd rather do it like this. Oh, it's broken for leagues? That's weird. Okay, let's hope for no more Ravager. Ravager would screw us again. Okay, I'm empty-handed. I don't like showing that to my opponent, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Double check aim. Okay, that's interesting. He said he'll work on it. I think it's basically one guy. Gotcha. So it works for everything else? For preliminaries and challenges? No, Arcbound Ravager, don't do it. Just don't do it. Damn it. I mean, I guess there's no Hardened scales, but still, don't do it. Maybe their hand is full of 2-drops now. That's going to be to our advantage. I forgot people play those other events. Yeah. I guess I'm like a bum streamer or something. Maybe I'm playing in the wrong events right now. Don't play Arcbound Hound. The Ozolith. Jeez, that doesn't look good. They keep playing stuff, people. I'm so nervous. Can we get another Lord? I think a Lord would win here. We didn't draw a Lord, but fuck, that's pretty good. Let's see. Three blockers. I think I just go for it. This has counters, or do I dismember pre-combat or post? Beginning of combat on your turn, if a creature you control leaves the battlefield, they've had counters on it. I'm trying to think, what if they have dismember? Well, if they have dismember, they go to 3, so that can't be good. It's not good news. Just trying to think if I should dismember the Walking Ballista right now. If they empty the counters, then they don't get to use them for the Ozolith, just in case they have dismember on another creature. And then they go to 3, and they still have to like chump block twice, and I'm the only one with anything on the battlefield. Because the other option is I attack, it's lethal by itself, and if they activate Blink Moth Nexus, I just kill it. Target Blink Moth, you're not a Blink Moth. Take 2. Okay, I'll just dismember the Ballista, I guess. I don't think that's gonna end up doing... I don't think that's gonna punish me. Beginning of your... At the beginning of combat on your turn... Okay, whatever. Let's get rid of this damn thing. Mana efficiency, people. I get to play this Dismember and attack with Mutavault at the same time. It's beautiful. Love it. Okay, so they are going to shoot my Master of the Pearl Trident. I guess we attack with everything. Hope it's good. So I think they're going to kill this. I hope this attack is correct as well. Well, whatever. I guess it was good. 4-1! We're winning in the leagues now! Screw getting scrubbed out every week. Or every day. We're finally actually putting up results. I love it. Let's get back to the list. List is great. I'm very happy with this list. Every card played a purpose. Except for Weather the Storm. Again, this is for burn, and I don't know if there's enough burn in the meta for it. But it's also for prowess. Yeah, we didn't play against Etron, which is actually one of the more critical decks that we have to try to beat. Copter is doing its thing. Copter was great in this league. Definitely got in some damage that I couldn't do. Like, the fact that flying seems to be good right now. Flying is like the best mechanic going on in Modern at the moment, if you ask me. So, it could be Tidebinder Mage, but I actually think it should be another Veil of Summer, another, like, Chalice, and maybe another Relic. If I'm going to take them out. I actually think Veil of Summer is so good against the attrition-based matchups that I want more of them. I mean, that's why people are calling for this card to be banned, right? Why not play more cards that are supposed to be banned? Should we play Coralhelm Commander then? No, because I think I have enough stuff. Coralhelm Commander takes some work to turn online. By the way, I have nothing against Coralhelm Commander. Coralhelm Commander is fine, but I have no room for that right now. I'm squeezed on the creatures. And also, I think Dismember did very well in this league. Dismember being 1 mana removal was great. Flying is good versus Eldrazi, yeah. Heroic Intervention, I'm not a fan of that card. I can just play around Supreme Verdict. Like, we got sweeped quite a few times, and it didn't matter. I did not play against Dredge. Honestly, I'm in, like, dodge Dredge mode right now. I'm either, maybe I can win sometimes, but you know what? I don't want to dedicate the sideboard to it. I'm now, like, if anyone followed this channel for like 5 years, a long time ago, I'm like, screw Affinity. I'm not going to play any sideboard cards for Affinity. I'm just going to lose to it. I'm going to use my sideboard cards for something else, and that's how I feel about Dredge right now. Just like, whatever. If, half the time they're not even going to be playable in the format because everyone else will play the hate cards. And then if everyone's playing the hate cards, great. I just have to dodge Dredge for a few rounds and I don't have to see it anymore. Whereas, and then if no one has hate cards, then that's it. We're all screwed. Who cares? We're all screwed anyway. This was, so the list is doing great, which means I'll start playing in the challenges again, because I was waiting for the list. Like, as you saw, I'm just relentlessly losing. Although, you know what? Remember when we played Bant Merfolk with Unsettled Mariner and we played 3 colors? Someone took that list and got a few 5-0s with it. I didn't notice. I was messaged on Facebook about this. Hey, did you see, like, someone's winning with Bant Merfolk? And I'm like, that's my Bant list. Someone is just winning with it. I wasn't winning with it, but someone was winning with it. So, yeah, I'm very happy with this list. It's very smooth. So far, initial results are very good, and I'll probably play in some challenges this weekend, at least one. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'll have, if I have it streamed, it's probably going to be in this mode, where people can't see my hand, because I'm very paranoid about people checking out my hand, but I might have it streamed. That might be, maybe I'll, would you want me to, I'm just curious, would you still watch this crap if you can't see my hand and just hear me? Probably not nearly as entertaining, but this is like anti-stream sniper tech. I'm telling you, I'm getting stream sniped. I don't know how often, but something. Like, I think 1 out of 10 games I get stream sniped. So we'll think about it. Pending if my girlfriend will be here on the weekend. She doesn't like to be recorded, but maybe she won't even use this room. It's really hot in this room. So she's like working. She took her computer to like the kitchen where there's an air conditioner. So, but would like to see the hand on YouTube. I can't show it on YouTube. YouTube will see this. It's the same thing. Whatever you see, the YouTube sees. Nothing's changed. I want to watch another league. Well, if you want to watch another league, you're going to have to wait until Friday, the next time that we play, because that's going to be it for today. We had a great list, very mana efficient. The mana efficiency worked very well. Kamena Speaker worked perfectly. Actually, trickstering stuff and then dismembering it post combat worked really well. Smuggler's Copter was good. I like it. I really like the play out of Smuggler's Copter. Probably as a 2 of it's good. I've played with 4 of them in the past. Way too clunky. 3 is like a gray area. I think if you could make a good argument for 3, but I'm gonna sit on 2 because that makes it less clunky. If you have a bunch of Smuggler's Copters in hand, that's not where you want to be. And really happy with all the numbers here. Still not sure about Weather the Storm, but by the time this is published on YouTube, there's going to be a sideboard guide for it. So if you need to play this in your next leagues or the Modern Challenge, it will be ready for you. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon and also the subscribers subscribed on Twitch. And we're also going to thank our sponsors, themanabase.com and Mana Traders. This has been Nikachu, Merfolk Master, playing Simic Merfolk in Modern.